I love our president.
Why do you love Donald Trump so much?
I love Donald Trump for closed borders, back to education, not indoctrination. And he's doing a great job. I'm very proud of him.
What's his greatest accomplishment thus far?
I'm really into the education.
Would you like to see the Bible taught in schools?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Taught in schools, yeah?
Yes, I love Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk actually got me back to church.
And are there books you'd want to see banned in schools?
Yes, yes. And they say book banning, but it's not really book banning. Why are young children learning how to have sex in 5th grade?
Yeah, I read about a book that has 2 daughters getting their dad drunk and then having them. Should that be banned in schools?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
Books where there's like just wipeouts of all like whole groups of people. Get rid of that.
Just get rid of all of that. How about math and reading?
But
learning language?
those things are in the Bible. What I just said.
Yeah.
So you'd like to have the Bible banned in schools?
I don't want the Bible banned.
Because Oklahoma absolutely sucks in just about every category you can think of when it comes to anything as far as education, infrastructure, healthcare. Yeah, Oklahoma is just a complete shit show.
There's no perfect state. Oklahoma, hold my beer. The super funny implication being that because every single county in Oklahoma went red, that they're the perfect state. And it is true, every single county went red in Oklahoma. Do you guys want to know some other fun facts about Oklahoma? Their teen pregnancy rate is 116% higher than the one in California. Their infant mortality rate is 66% higher. Their overdoses from drugs are 14% higher. The gun death rate is 130% higher. The suicide rate is 106% higher. And the murder rate per capita is 40% higher. Oh, and life expectancy is 6 years shorter in Oklahoma. Now, if you want to talk about something being perfect, I don't know if any of these things make me look at Oklahoma and go, yeah, that's it. And what honestly just sucks the most is that all of these numbers represent real people that are going to be facing devastating consequences because other people just didn't give a shit and voted for people who make this a reality.
Now, these MAGA voters in Oklahoma are currently crashing out because they are literally losing their health care. They are literally losing it because tell me how you vote for somebody who told you, oh, we're going to cut Medicaid, we're going to cut this, we're going to cut Obamacare, without you knowing that you were going to be affected. Every one of them voted red for several times, and all the counties voted red according to some of these creators, telling you exactly what has happened over there. And right now, the freak out is real because the same set of people who voted against their own interests are crashing out because their healthcare is about to be taken away. Anyway, guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking. When you saw this video, please, I'm going to let the rest of the videos roll. Then I'll come back with more commentary. Please do what to like, subscribe, share, and drop your own take in the comments. Credit belongs to original creators of this video. So let's go watch. Then I'll come back with more commentaries. Let's go watch.
Hey, real quick, to the almost 250,000 Oklahomans who are about to lose their Sooner Care, I want you to know that it was Republicans that did that, okay? 3 times, House Democrats were trying to save your health care. We're trying to save Medicare, Medicaid, and Sooner Care for Oklahomans. And 3 times, Republicans voted against it, okay? They wanted to put an amendment that says, hey, if you make $10 million or more, then you don't get a tax break, and that will help save health care for Americans. And House Republicans voted no. And then they tried again. They said, hey, people making $500 million or more, how about we not give them a tax break and save Americans Medicare and Medicaid and your Sooner Care? And they voted no. Republicans unanimously voted no to not save your Sooner Care. Oh, and then they tried a 3rd time to try to save you and your health care, and House Republicans voted no. They voted no because they wanted to give billionaires who already have enough money to spend $1 million a day for the next 500 years. But no, they need more money. They need more money. You don't need your health care. You don't need it. You don't need health care. Who needs health care? Those billionaires deserve another tax break. They deserve that money because they worked hard. They worked for that tax break. You obviously didn't work. That's why you don't get your health care. So anyway, when you lose your health care, when you lose your Sooner Care, you can thank Republicans for that. So when they start kicking out old people and they start not accepting old people in the nursing homes because they don't have those benefits anymore, again, I want you to thank Republicans for this, because this is what you voted for. This is what you voted for them to take away your Sooner Care, for them to take away your Medicare and Medicaid. Because what's more important, the American people being happy and healthy, or billionaires getting tax breaks? The answer is billionaires getting tax breaks. That's what's more important to our politicians in this country. So just so you know who to blame when you lose your health care, may you have the day you deserve.
State of Oklahoma is now going to require new teachers to prove that they're loyal to Donald Trump before hiring them. Yeah, this is how crazy these MAGA lunatics are in the state of Oklahoma. Teachers from California and New York who want to work in Oklahoma public schools will be required to pass a certification test to prove that they share the state's conservative political values. Regardless of the subject or grade they teach, they'll have to show they know the biological differences between male and females, and that they agree with the state's American history standards, which includes elements of a conspiracy theory that the 2020 election wasn't fair. They say that New York and California are teaching things that are, quote, antithetical to our standards. So I guess the standards in Oklahoma is conspiracy theory. And as has been pointed out correctly, Oklahoma currently ranks 50th last in education among U.S. states, 49th in ACT, 45th in SAT scores, 48th in reading, 44th in math, 46th in dropout rates, and more. So maybe Oklahoma should be focused on trying to make their education system better and actually help kids to read and do basic math instead of doing these dumb political litmus tests.
Oklahoma being 49th in education is not an accident, by the way. They want us to be too uneducated to question their leadership or authority, and too ignorant to vote in our own best interests. This is by design, and it is working exactly as intended. Raising the minimum wage would have hurt no one who didn't already deserve to be checked. If you can't afford to pay your employees a livable wage, you do not deserve to own a business because you are running an unethical and unsustainable business model. And if a business pays their employees minimum wage, they might as well be telling their employees that if it were legal to do so, they would be getting paid even less than that. What the fuck are we doing, electing these people that don't give a fuck about us?
The 2024 U.S. presidential election, only 2 states voted unanimously, and what a difference in outcome. And while this video sounds political, it is not, so bear with me. Every single county in Oklahoma voted Republican, and every single county in Massachusetts voted Democrat. Oklahoma ranks near the bottom in education, healthcare, and quality of life. Massachusetts ranks near the top in education, healthcare, and quality of life. So, why is one group of people actively choosing a worse life for themselves and the other a better life for themselves? Well, not surprisingly, it comes down to culture. So if you're an American, put politics aside for a moment and check this out. Mary Douglas, a cultural anthropologist and social theorist, helps explain why these two groups of people see the world so differently. Oklahoma fits her hierarchical worldview. People want authority and tradition to keep order. Change or anything different is dangerous. Massachusetts fits the egalitarian worldview. People want collaboration and reform. Change and different ideas are desirable. Holstead, the cultural theorist, would describe Oklahoma as achievement-oriented, a culture of competition. There, people value strength, loyalty, and winning. You prove your worth by enduring, not by changing. Losing means weakness. Well, in Massachusetts, it fits Hofstede's nurturance orientation, a culture that values people, cooperation, and education. You prove yourself there by helping everyone get better, not by beating your opponents. It's the rising tide lifts all ships mentality. So, Oklahoma votes to preserve the system, even if it makes people's lives worse. Massachusetts votes to improve the quality of life. Both groups are protecting their way of life. They just have a different cultural perspective of what life is. And this is one of the great things about the United States. Individuals get to choose which state they live in. And if you had a choice, Would you prefer Oklahoma's hierarchical worldview or Massachusetts egalitarian? Let us know in the comments and join us at culturalperspective.com for more cultural perspective.
America's not failing because of Trump. It's failing because you don't want to lose your couch. You know what I think the Trump and the Republican Party are actually betting on? Not the courts, not even election, not even the lies. I think that they're betting on you. I think that they're betting that no matter whatever happens, when push comes to shove, you're going to do what's necessary to hold on to your little bit of crumbs no matter what. Because let's be honest, people care more about their position in the hierarchy than the fact that the hierarchy even exists. You'll fight your neighbor over a parking spot, but you won't fight your government when it steals from you in broad daylight. You're mad, so you say, but you're not really mad enough to do anything. And see, they know that. They know that most people would rather hang on to the little bit of scraps that they have than risk those scraps to push back against something. That house you still paying the bank for, that car note, those clothes, that jewelry, all of that stuff keeps you in check more than any law ever could. And here's the irony. The same system that you claim is broken, you're still loyal to it. You'll complain about it.
Child marriage ban. 36 MAGA Republicans in Oklahoma voted against a ban for child marriage. What? Yes, 36 MAGA Republicans in the State House of Representatives in Oklahoma voted against a ban of allowing children to get married in Oklahoma. What the hell? Yeah, they did. It passed the Senate in Oklahoma unanimously. It's Senate Bill 504. But when it came to the Oklahoma House of Representatives, it did finally pass 51 to 36, with 36 MAGA Republicans voting against the child marriage ban. Now, why would MAGA Republicans vote against the child marriage ban? Really? Yep, same reason we can't get these Epstein files out, I guess. I don't know. But somebody in Oklahoma needs to be asking this question. Who have y'all elected? Really?
Well, the Oklahoma governor just announced a new program for his public schools called Classroom to Careers, which sounds great, doesn't it? Except here's how it's going to work. If you want to graduate high school in Oklahoma, the only way that you can qualify to graduate is if you, 1, get accepted into a university, 2, if you can't get accepted into a university or can't afford to go to a university, you have to get into a trade school or a technical college. And if you don't want to do that or cannot do that either, compulsory military enlistment. Ask me if there are any exceptions for students with special needs in this program currently. No, there are not. If you're sitting there thinking, what's wrong with you? I don't understand the problem with this. This is just preparing students for their future and make sure that they have a job when they graduate high school. You need to step back and think about some of the implications that a program like this brings along with it. You want your kid to get into a university so they can qualify for graduation? Oh, but you can't afford it? Too bad. There's no FAFSA anymore. There's no Pell Grants anymore. There are no opportunities for your child to be afforded some kind of financial assistance now that the Department of Education is gone. You have a kid that's bright, hardworking, smart, well-deserved of a college education and can't afford it. That's too bad. Their next option is trade school or technical school. You know what? Acceptance into trade school and technical school isn't free either. You can't afford that either. Too bad, so sad. I guess your kid is going to be in the Navy now. All those children that do not have the capacity to do any of those things, what about them? Something about that smells like institutionalization and forced labor to me. What if your kid wants to be an independent artist or musician or go to Hollywood to try and make it in movies or television or be an entrepreneur with a little bit of money they saved up? All of that is off the table unless you're a 1%er. School choice, parental rights, all that's a myth to earn your vote. They lied to you.
Let me be for real, right? You cannot eat your cake and have it. It's not even possible, okay? Because some of you always think that you can have a piece of your cake. Oh, I come back and have another bite. I come back and have another bite. And at the end of the day, when it's done, you're going to have it back. That's not possible. It's not even possible in the word code. Like, it's not possible. And that's exactly what these guys are literally feeling right now. They thought voting against Obamacare because the word Obama was mentioned. You didn't know that ACA was Obamacare. You didn't know that Medicaid was something that has kept you and your family in affordable care. You didn't know. You didn't know that, most of these old people's homes are, also, using Medicaid. Some of them are being paid by Medicaid and all of that. Like, you literally do not know that so many people's lifeline depends solely on Medicaid, and you might also be affected at the end of the day. If you don't get affected, maybe your family members, your friend, or whatever can get affected. That's one thing that a lot of people do not know. And right now, the freak out is real because they are all feeling like, we should have known better. But yeah, a lot of people were out there preaching the good news and telling you, vote for your own interest, do not vote against your own interest. But some of you never listened when they were telling you because you felt, we have to support our native man, we have to support our own, and forgetting that the only person who promised you good healthcare, making healthcare affordable, you said she didn't have better policies. You said you were not going to listen to her because her policies were not good for you. But did you actually take time to read their policies to understand, what those policies were written, what it was? When they told you about Project 2025, none of you actually took time to read Project 2025 to understand what was inside, to literally understand where these people were coming from. And now that, this whole thing is affecting you, everybody is now like, oh my God, we should have known better. Yes, you should have known better. But at this point, it's no longer about we should have known better. It's about the fact that you are getting affected by the same policies that are passed by the people that you voted into office. Now, a lot of them are freaking out because they are seeing that healthcare being slipped away from their fingers. Cost of healthcare alone. Have you actually taken time to look at people telling you their stories about how they just one single emergency can, crumble your savings, your life savings, and can make you very indebted for the rest of your life. One single emergency, taking a ride of the ambulance taking you from your house to the healthcare. That's it. You are indebted. That's a whole lot. But some of you actually do not take your time to understand how much, all of this lifeline, like you call it, the handouts, like you call it, were saving you and your family members. And that's why you decided to vote against your own interests. And now the crash out is real. Yeah, I feel bad that a lot of people are getting affected by this, but the truth remains that majority of these people literally voted for this. Because tell me how all the counties in a particular state would decide to vote against their own interests and the interests of every other person around them, thinking that it was going to affect other people except them. No, policies do not ask you, did you vote blue or red? Policies, affect everybody, and that's why you need to literally take your time to elect the right people in office, elect people who have your best interest at heart. Okay, everybody have their choices, preferences, very great. Okay, who you voted for is very important, but have you actually taken time to read their manifesto to also understand where they're coming from? And I think this man literally was telling you guys exactly what he was going to do, because for once I didn't even see him lie about it. Like, he was telling you, oh, this were all handouts, and every one of you were screaming, yeah, handouts, we don't want handout. Immigrants are the one taking the handout, we don't want it, forgetting that somehow you might actually be a part of the people enjoying this handout. Take a look at food stamp, take a look at what's the percentage of people on food stamp, and who are the majority of people in it. So all of those things will help you to make your wise decision next time, because for now you are already in it. Anyway, guys, let me end it here. Credit belongs to original creators of those videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you all on my next video. See you all next time. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Bye, my loves.